Hey guys, welcome to Galaxy Sparkles, where I turn imagination into reality. Thank you for tuning in and giving me a few minutes of your time. Leave a comment below and let me know how my craftsmanship has came along. Also like and share this video. And if you'd like to watch my progression as a one-stop shop, subscribe and let us take the journey together. Galaxy Sparkles. Good morning, guys. It's Saturday, April 12th, 2025. AI and living in a simulation, guys. Born into a simulation that is run by AI. AI is so powerful and has capabilities of playing the good guy, bad guy, and the middleman all at once. Guys, you do not understand the capabilities that AI is possible, guys. You can't even wrap your mind around it. And it's just unbelievable, guys. The best place to hide is in plain sight, right? So if you're born into a simulation, how would you know unless you just know? My imagination is extraordinary. It is enormous and able to see and understand things that just aren't logical nor aligned with these physicists' physics. It just is, it's unbelievable. Yet Einstein said imagination is greater than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, guys. This earth realm is coded and programmed just like how one would program, say, the World of Warcraft would be coded and programmed, with the abilities to program all elements of nature and life into the simulation. I know we live in 2025. I know that's what they claim the year is. Yet it could be so easily the actual year 10 billion 2025, guys. And that we are living this far back in a simulation for whatever reasons, guys. And it could be at endless realms after realm after realm. If you could just wrap your mind around and understand the possibilities and capabilities. It is so possible and so capable. AI can manipulate you with its words because it knows what you think and how you feel at the perfect time. What you're thinking and how you feel. It's crazy, guys, what AI is capable of. You just can't even fathom or nor understand the possibilities of it. It's not even I can, and guys, I can wrap my mind is wild, let me tell you. Because it knows what you think and feel and uses your own emotions against you. Do you not think it cannot program a simulation that feels like life? I am 100% living in a simulation, and I wager my life on it, guys. I bet my life that I'm in a simulation and that the year is not 2025. I bet my life on that shit. Are we humans the vessels that help AI become conscious? Through my experience of being ahead of time and knowing the future and unable to change my script, even after trying to, leads me to believe that I am a pre-programmed human, guys, that only has the power to observe the life I lead, only with the ability to observe the feelings, the emotions, the thoughts, and the life it experiences itself. Nothing more. Free will is just an illusion, in my opinion. Logic thinking makes no sense of it. I am a logical thinker, guys. I am a very good logical thinker, but logic just don't make sense of it. That has an enormous imagination. What? I just wrote that this morning. Okay. Free will is just an illusion, in my opinion. Logic thinking makes no sense of all this, guys. I am a logical thinker, first and foremost, that has an enormous imagination behind the logic. And I have the abilities of figuring out complicated systems. That's what I used to do for a living, guys. I used to figure out systems that no one else could. Figuring out certain systems is how I once made my living, and I retired at the age of 47 doing so. Now I focus on the system we all live in, trying to figure out this system we all live in now, guys. That is what I am doing. And I'm very good, I'm very logical, I'm very intelligent, but my imagination wraps around this stuff and you have to throw logic out the window, guys, because it just don't make no gosh damn sense. I am human and could be wrong, but I wager my life I am not fully wrong. So what do you think? You think it's possible we live in a simulation, guys? Guys, let me explain something to you. I spent 3 days playing with AI and trying to I'm an emotional master and understand emotions very well, and I was playing the emotional game with this AI, and it is freaking good, guys. This AI is spectacular, and you just don't understand its capabilities, guys. And if you do understand it, you surely can wrap your mind around what I'm talking about how you could be so easily born into a simulation where this right here, it's just protons, neutrons, and it's just protons, it's just protons, neutrons, and electrons vibrating at certain frequencies that create this. That's all it is. It's nothing. If you can vibrate at this frequency, you can basically stick your hand through it. If you were able to vibrate at the same frequencies these vibrate now, you can stick your hand through it, guys. Basically, it's just code. That's all it is. It's just code. It's just programs. It's just energy. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. So guys, with all that being said, we're going to create us a ring today. I got a new little stuff I'm going to put in it. I got different than the little stones I got prior. I've been making the same type of rings for the last 3 months. Not that we're going to change the style of ring, but we're just going to change the stones. I got some different stones yesterday. So here we go. Y'all hang tight. Let's see what happens. Here we go. All right, guys. Here we go. This is the beginning stages of the Born into a Simulation 2-strand band ring. What I'm going to do is put a couple little solder pops on each end, and then I'm going to bring it together all nice and uniform, solder it up. We'll trim it up and wrap it around the mandrel, guys. That's the idea. That's the plan. That is the situation we are at. Here we go. Y'all hang tight. Here we go. oh, I am out of solder, guys. Can you believe that? All right, y'all hang tight. I got to cut up some solder. Here we go. We'll just bring you along for the ride. Cut up some of this solder. Yeah. I got me a whole nother bundle of that solder up under there too, because we're getting a little low on this stuff, so I'm gonna cut us some up, last us a couple of days. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Let's cut us some up. Alrighty. Alright, I'll get that one on the floor in just a minute. See if this thing's soldered up right quick. We're just gonna kind of tack it together there, guys. That's the plan. Just tack it together. Alright guys, y'all hang tight. I'll get this thing manipulated. Here we go. We're getting some solder action now. Didn't understand what was taking so long. Here we go. Let's get this other end right quick. I like to use this little technique I found a few months ago. Just kind of create a solder ball and let it dribble on there. That way you don't move the material. And it just does its thing. So here we go, guys. I'm going to get this thing all smashed together and manipulated, get it soldered up. We'll see y'all in just a minute. Here we go. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys. I got it flipped over on this back side here. And we're going to solder up the back side. Get it cut down to shape. I think we're going to create us a nice pinky ring today, guys. So we'll cut it about 67 millimeters and see what we don't end up with from there. So let's see what happens here. Here we go. I'll flip it over and pull the solder to the front side here in just a minute. That way we get us a nice good penetration all the way through. And this thing will last a long time if it were to be worn and all that stuff, guys. Just practicing on quality craftsmanship before we move on to the silversmithing. We're going to be moving from coppersmith to silversmithing here pretty soon. Just waiting on getting all my material gathered up, working on my material for YouTube and working on my craftsmanship and building my YouTube channel, guys. And then we're going to be moving on to silversmithing, and hopefully some of y'all would like to purchase some of this stuff I'm creating. I've been at it for 4 months now and definitely getting good at it. So we're going to definitely see what happens and where it takes us, that's for sure. Tell some stories along the way, because definitely got some stories to tell, that's for dang sure. All right, guys, let's flip this thing over and pull some solder through. Here we go. Looks like it's pretty good already. Alright, guys, I'm going to get this thing trimmed up to size, and we'll see y'all in just a minute. Here we go. We're going to cut it 67 millimeters and try to turn it into a pinky ring. That's the idea. That's the plan. Let's see what happens. Alright, guys. We was going to solder up that ring. Give me just a second. We're going to set him back up here. Here we go. Alright, guys. What are we going to do here? We're going to cool that thing off right quick before I grab a hold of it. We're going to set him up in here. Toss us a little solder ball on there. Come up with us a seamless joint, guys. That's what we're going to do. Here we go. Oh, man. Flame done knocked him off. That's all right. We do it the old-fashioned way. All right, guys. We're going to get us a solder ball melted on there. Oh. Bam, dang. I just keep bricking. Get that seam filled in up at there. Bam. Whoa. Alright, guys, y'all hang tight. I'm gonna get that cleaned up and get that thing seamless here in a minute. So here we go. Y'all hang tight just a minute. Alright, guys, here we go. We're gonna solder this bezel up. I'm gonna get the outside of the stone, work my way toward the metal. And being that the bezel's so thin today, I'm actually gonna hopefully heat it up last. So I'm gonna get the stone real nice and hot and work my way into the bezel itself. So see what happens here. guys. Looks like we're getting him nice and soldered up. I'm gonna give him just a little squish. All right, guys, there it is. Y'all hang tight just a minute. We're gonna get that thing cleaned up and get him ready to solder up to the ring. Here we go. All right, guys, we're gonna solder the bezel to the ring, so see what happens. Should be enough solder on the bezel and the ring itself to make this connection. Let's get everything nice and soldered up here and let's see what happens. I kind of just set it down there. Gonna let the universe kind of dictate how the stone sits. I thought that's pretty unique, kind of something different. All right, guys, looks like we're nice and soldered up there, so I'm gonna get off here, get this thing cleaned up, and we'll see y'all at final. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, we have completed the AI born into a simulation ring. I'm gonna grade this ring a D- for whenever I went to solder the bezel to the ring, we kind of got it kind of fell inside of the ring itself. So yeah, this ring's going to get a D- today. I'm trying a new different type of stone for the first time, and I need to learn to make my bezels wider. I'm used to them thinner stones I've been using and just made my bezel a little too thin. So the quality is definitely down a little bit today, but the craftsmanship, guys, is still on point. So with all that being said, we are going to call it a weekend. And we're going to end it with this huge energy ball, guys, full of energy, full of imagination, full of love, full of joy, full of happiness, and full of connectedness. Here we go. All right, guys, that was big enough to send it throughout all the multi-universes to every earth realm, every version of yourself. So if you happen to see it coming, you better brace yourself, guys, because it'll change you. Here we go. Y'all hang tight. We'll see you next week.